I'd like to welcome everyone to the Challenge 40 Battle of the Eras.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the number one, the right reality podcast. The voice is back. The cold is gone. My name is Steven.
And our faces are here, too.
Hey.
My name is Mixie. We are here to recap episode 11 of season 40 of the challenge, Payback Era. Looks like we're keeping it with the era themes.
As soon as I opened the email this week with the screener, I saw that and goes, another miss. That's okay. It's what we expect from our titles now.
I really wouldn't even say that any payback happened.
Honestly, you're absolutely correct. I didn't even think about that.
Like, I get again, we want to do the eras thing, fine, but like payback era? I don't think so. It scared me because I thought it was Michelle.
Oh, I was scared. I was real scared. I was real nervous.
It was a scary week.
It was one of those weeks where you're kind of like, I think I know where this is going. And then they zig you and then they zag you again. And then you're like, okay, I am so far where I feel comfortable now that my luck has run out, and somebody I really want to stay is now not going to stay, and that is what we were going to get. Luckily, that did not happen. Thank God. We can continue on with our life and enjoy Michelle being on this show. But it was nervy. It was nervy to say the least.
Oh, absolutely. But I do think it was an entertaining episode. The whole thing that happened at that night out, I just the whole time I was like, what is going on? I'm sure we're going to get into all of that. We have this daily that happened that was actually pretty exciting. I would love to have done that daily. We're going to chat about that. We're going to chat about the elimination. First and foremost, Steven.
Number one doing number one things. Everybody give it up. Mixie got it. Season 31.
Let's
She's got the bubbles. Chug, 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 chug. Yes, yes, yes. We are victorious. We are victorious. I'm taking this win as a win for me too.
You can.
I can?
Yeah.
Hey! I'm taking this win for me too. Yeah, so we're doing number one things.
Starting it off with some alcohol, everybody. So we'll see how this episode goes. Everybody was like, would kind of be fun for Mixie to get drunk. I'm going to try to keep it to just this mini bottle. So I should be fine, but we'll see what happens.
We could be diabolical and say between now and next week, if we get $100 on YouTube, you'll get absolutely blasted before we record. But we're not going to do that.
I will also sell myself out for that too. 100%. Do we want me to get blasted before I record or while we're recording?
Oh.
So you get to see the trajectory of the up and then the immediate down.
Oh, okay. There's like an internal drinking game situation that we figure out. Boy, I feel like we have to leave that up to the community to see. Like, we have to see what the response is. I don't know.
Yeah, you guys have to let us know. But I just fucking won, bitch.
Hey!
Let's go!
All y'all trying to say...
Never did I ever think I would win this. I fucking did it, motherfuckers.
Look at me now, bitch.
What do I win, Steven? I already have a bag.
See, here's the thing. I've been thinking about this since I watched this morning and saw I was like, season 31. I wrote it down in my notes. I was like, that sounds familiar. Maybe that was the one Mixie picked. And I kept watching. I was like, let me quickly go back to the official record. And I pulled it out of the desk. And sure enough, 31. And I was like, we just keep getting wins over here right now. It's like 2-3 weeks in a row we're getting wins. And I was like, I don't know what we gift Mixie now at this point. I just don't know.
I think that I would like an Apple review. Just literally just one.
Okay. Let's go.
More is great.
I think we deserve more than one Apple review for us finally picking the season right. It's taken us this long.
I love how you keep saying us. I'm not. It's not a dig. I just think it's funny.
You said I could take this as a win for me, so I'm going with it.
You can have it with me. I'm not taking that back. I'm just saying it's funny that you keep saying it. I like it.
I think it's deserving of at least one, but I'm going to say 3. I'm going to say 3 is worth it, So if you've never reviewed before, this is your time to go do it on the Apple Podcast machine. Go do the review. And for some reason, if Tim Apple is still controlling it, please send us the screenshot and send it to us. That way we know Tim Apple is still trying to F with us.
I just want you guys to be proud of me. I didn't even know what season it was when I said 31. I didn't even know Bananas was in it. It made sense. Like, the clip they showed was perfect for this episode. Did anybody else get it?
No. Nobody else.
Damn, guys.
Yeah. A lot of people went.
Whoever gives me the best compliment in the YouTube comment section can get my back.
Be very careful. Be very careful about the type of comment you're putting in there.
Nope. I want all of them.
Okay.
I want all aspects, whatever your heart says, or your dick, or your pussy, you could put it in there.
She's well, maybe don't phrase it that way, but you know what I mean. Yeah. So, yeah, she's glammed up today for the audio only listeners.
Things to do today, so you get a full face mix.
Yeah,
congratulations!
Congratulations!
I'm also sweating. I'm gonna chug this.
Coming up on this week's episode, a brand new segment we've never done before. We try to help Olivia make some money, and we have a fashion review that must be discussed, and we might have some guest fashion reviewers to help go over with that. So,
what?
Yeah, I make a phone call to some European fashion reviewers.
Oh God, they're back. Everybody hated them.
Everyone's a strong word, I think.
Felt like everybody.
I don't know about that. We'll see. Again, I've reached out to them. I don't know if they're available because they're on Euro time.
Yeah,
and they probably just had some chocolate and a whole bunch of cigs for dinner. So that's probably they might be.
That sounds amazing right now.
I was about to say that I just gave you a dinner idea.
Girl dinner.
Ladies and gentlemen, we start hot with another graphic this season on episode 11. And it shows the Bananas Angels again, which is Bananas, Rachel, Aviv, Laurel, Jenny. And then Tori comes on. She goes, I got my people too. And she goes, it's me, Jordan, Corey, Kylan, Olivia, Michelle, and Naya. And I was like, seems like there's a few people missing from this list here. We're missing a few people, like number one.
Wah?
Where's Wah?
Wah didn't make it because Wah's been Wang and he shouldn't make it. So I love that Wah wasn't in the list.
Wah was gone. Wah was like excommunicated from Tori. And then later we saw Wah hanging out with the exact opposite group we thought he would be hanging out with, but in perfect Wah fashion.
But that's Wah.
Exactly.
That is the Wah.
So yeah, we were missing Wah. We missed Cara. We were missing Derek, Nehemiah, and Theo. Just all MIA, which makes me think that they're playing the middle, which is kind of what Johnny was saying at a certain point during the episode.
Yeah.
But the first, I was just like, "Where's Wah?" And then Wah appeared later on in the episode and did 100% Wang things, and was just like hanging out with the other group. And I was like, "Of course, Wah is." And then, like, let's talk about Wah, and let's just get Wah out of the way, okay? We're going to get our two Wahs out of the way, at least the two that I have.
All right.
Number one thing, Wah was a fucking curse during the daily, because Wah was like, I can't believe what Aviv is doing is so impressive. Smash cut to her immediately falling in the net.
Crushing her whole body into a net.
Maybe ruining the rest of the season for her, because then she's like, I got plantar fasciitis and my foot's hurting. I was like, welp, you're going to be going home at some point during this. Why would you even say that out loud on this show?
Yeah. Well, I'm impressed that you wrote down and or said whatever the fuck she said again correctly. Because she said that I go, she sneezed? Just happened.
Plantar fasciitis.
That one.
Plantar fasciitis. Now I'm saying it too many times that I'm not getting it right.
Plantar syndrome. So anyways, Wah is a curse.
Yeah, Wah was a curse during the daily. Also, somehow, even though Aviv fell during the daily into a net, that doesn't count as a DQ, even though TJ very specifically said if you fall, you're DQ'd, but I guess that was only at the beginning part. Because 3 people fell. But We don't do with semantics here on the challenge.
Why would it matter that we understand who gets DQ'd and who doesn't? Why are you even asking?
You bring up a very good point, Mixie, and I'm very glad that you kept me in line on that, because here I am.
Pointless.
It really is.
It doesn't matter.
How dare I, as a matter of fact? That's on me. I apologize. I'll learn and grow and step back. The other thing that Wad did was when he was hanging out with the other group of people towards the end of the show, I was like, okay, Wad just said one thing. That's it. Okay, that's fine. We'll let him get away with the one. Let him get away with the curse. It's funny. But then Wad is just saying, oh, yeah, Jordan always kept saying that Nia was the anchor in their era, to Bananas and that entire group. I go, just, you're doing too much, as always.
Can I also just say, when he said that, and maybe I'm wrong, I'm really curious if other people thought this. When he said that Nia was the anchor, I thought that was a compliment.
No.
Like, he was, like, Nia was, like, holding him down to, like, be strong in one place and not be, like, moving in the ocean and stuff, like a boat that doesn't have an anchor. I thought it was, like, a positive, like, she grounds him situation.
No, that's not what he was going for there. It can be interpreted that way, 100%. They're my anchor, they're my rock. But it was like the anchor that's like bringing our area down, which doesn't make us win every week because she's like can't climb and she's gasping for air apparently all the time because of, vaping and all the things that she... Oh, oh no! On cue!
What?
Is that our very own vape watch? Is that our very own vape watch?
There were no vapes this week. At least I didn't see any. Did you?
No, but again, I
do want to follow up. Olivia did confirm that was a vape. So definitely vaping. Love that for her. And she got vape watched last week. So every time I saw her, I was like checking her pockets to see if there was like little bricks,
You're like, look at
because even if I didn't see like the tip of the vape or anything, if I saw like a little square in her pocket, I would have been like, vape.
It's a vape. Shout out to the YouTube community this week. Tony9606 said Tony calls vapes pacifiers.
Love that.
That's one of the things. And there was one more down here. Let's see. From Freckles on the Go 8, our resident Vape Watch community expert, says, my friends called Vape Watch douche flutes, LOL.
I like it. I like douche flute. I honestly like all of these, but suck stick is just like my baby.
I don't know if douche flutes is like an endearing term. Is it like that douches
Oh, it's not, but it's
it?
funny. Also, if you don't want to speak, you just do this. And the person with the vape knows that that's what you want the vape.
Oh, I have seen you do that. You just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you listening online, we're just like making a mouth and like opening and closing like a little shark.
Yeah. And everybody knows that means passing the vape. Give me my vape back. You took my vape. I'll just say their name and be like,
so and so.
They know.
They get it. Okay.
Oh, wah. Okay. I think I'm ready to make a statement, Steven.
The floor is
and
yours.
I don't know if you're gonna like it. Are you prepared?
Oh God. Probably not. If you said that, I'm probably not ready.
I have officially switched. I like Kylan. Don't get mad at me, everyone. I know, okay? I get it. And while I also know all of the stories of him being like a camera whore, which I 1,000,000% believe, my guy spitting facts. At the beginning of this episode, I wrote this down. I said, honestly, Kylan's not wrong. What the fuck is happening here? Why did Bananas not choose Kara and chose Nia?
100%.
It didn't make any sense to me. And even his reasoning for it didn't make any sense to me.
So I'm going to try to lawyer for Bananas here because this was the only reason I could come up with as well. And he didn't articulate it. I am 100% on Team Kylan here for this argument. Well, why didn't you pick Kara? Because realistically, your females that you're supporting probably want her gone to not face her in a final. Here's what I'll say. It was always going to be Michelle and Olivia. And so to Bananas, he goes, well, their next closest ally is her. So if one of them loses and then I get another one in, I'm getting rid of one of these people as part of the alliance who's going to say my name versus everybody else. So I'm trying to give myself less chances of that.
Yep.
And that's the only thing I can think of. There's so many of the other nuances of how this voting structure works that makes it so hard to just pick somebody and get them out and then not have that repercussion come back to you, because it seems like there's every other week it's going to be bananas just about. So unless those other ladies go in, and it's a whole thing. But I'm leaning that way.
Yeah.
He had an impressive daily. I'm not there yet.
That's fair.
But in the argument, I was
fighting with it for a while. I think I vocalized it a few episodes into the season, but I think I finally switched. Also, when Naya left, he said, "I love you." I just want to touch on that. The fuck? Cool. I also have here, Bananas has to be punching the ceiling with all these Dev and Michelle aren't going to make it comments.
Oh, God. Even at the reunion. There's a part of me that thinks they're just going to stick it out till they both die to rub it in his face, no matter what. Just for spite.
I'm not bitter. I would do it.
Yeah, you would. 100%.
Absolutely.
I know you well enough to know you to do that.
100%.
The whole I love you leaving. Are we sure that was Kylan and not Naya? I thought it was
They both
Naya.
said it. Naya said it and he said it too.
This is the last comment of somebody, cast member, saying something wild out loud that I was not ready for. That was wild, and I don't think any of us were ready for. And I think she said something like, "Find me when you're out," like he was some sort of person in jail.
Come find me when you get out of here.
Whenever you get out of here in 5 to 10 years, come find me. We live in the same city. Shouldn't be that hard. There's this thing called Instagram.
Do they live in the same city?
He's here and she's based here. So
are they still together?
Great point. I don't think there's been any talk of them since the show is filmed. So who the fuck knows? And obviously, here's my point. If I don't know they're together, like Theo and Olivia and Michelle and Devin, and when they're leaving, they both say "I love you" to each other. That is a wild statement for me.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
It's what's happening? I mean, if we get the chance to talk to Naya, I do think that's an important question to ask of her.
Yeah, you're just throwing out "I love yous" when somebody leaves. Was it one of those where somebody was like, "All right, I'll see you later. I love you," and the other one's like, "Yeah, I love you," and it's like, "Oh fuck, walk away."
It didn't seem that way. It did not seem that way to me at all.
It didn't, but I was just wild. We will get shortly to somebody else saying something wild out loud that I don't know if it's going to get the traction that I think it probably might potentially get because of who said it. But it was another one of those, I paused it. I was like, I must have heard that wrong. Rewind. Nope, I heard it right.
Yep.
Nope, I heard it right. No, I heard it right. So let's get back to earlier in the show. Michelle told the room to clear out.
Yep.
She's like, everyone get out. And I was like, oh, tell him, bitch.
Pop off, sis.
She said, quote, "You're worried that he would hurt me, and the person that hurt me was you." And I was like, oh, tell him.
She was in the bathroom right before then. Actually,
yeah,
no, I don't like how that sounds. You said he would, and you did. Yeah. That's the better approach.
Don't break eye contact when you do it either. Have one tear ready, and then you do it, and then just hit him with it. And hopefully they will show photos of you guys together hanging out in New York before I do it, so it really sits in.
Yep.
I was proud of her for doing that because
I was too.
I was a little nervous whether she was going to do it, but as they had that shot of her walking into the room, I was like, oh, she's reds to go. She's reds to go here. This is the part of the program, Mixie, where we could just give PSAs to our fellow, not our fellow, I mean, they kind of are, our ladies of the challenge and sometimes men's of the challenge.
Okay.
This photo that you see here on YouTube, Olivia's just giving away the puppies again for free on national television.
Who let the dogs out?
Who?
Olivia, for free.
For free. Liv, babe, we've said it all the time.
So many times.
Make that bag. Hide them up.
I bet if you go to her wiki feed, it's a bunch of screenshots from episodes of the challenge.
I kind of want to investigate that live in the moment and see.
Okay, you could. It'll take 2 seconds.
Okay, all right, here we go.
Stand by, everyone.
Live reporting. Wiki feet. Olivia.
While you're looking, we have an announcement to make. Did you forget? McBee McDynasty has been Mick-renewed and is now on Mick Bravo, everybody.
Unbelievable.
Hey!
Just the number one leveling up again and again and again.
So when we find out when that's airing, Steve said, what's his name? Steven? Who cares? The hot one.
Steven with a V.
Yeah, he said that it'll be 2025. So exciting things to look forward to. We have another season of McBee McDynasty.
I am excited for McBee McDynasty McBravo, which I think should be the official name of the television show now. But you sent me a clip being like, they want us to be our real authentic self, which I feel like was an absolute shot at Peacock.
Yeah.
And I was like, what were they? What of the things that they were making you do that were not authentic? Because it seemed like everyone was really being themselves.
It felt like they were too authentic at times. It really probably should have gone through some PR training prior to recording a reality show.
Yeah. I think they're going to be like, my dad was just being basically an asshole man whore on season 1, but that's because Peacock wanted him to do that,
Well, I went into a rabbit hole after this. Sorry, we're getting sidetracked. We'll get right back onto it. But I do want to state for the record, apparently he is putting in an 18-person hot tub in his basement with like a DJ set next to it and like laser light shows and smoke and shit. This man is just making a brothel.
God, I mean, on brand. Love it. Love it for him. And if it's going to be part of Bravo next year, I'm in. I'm in. Fucking in.
We're in.
We're so in. We need the invite.
We got to figure out how they're releasing the episodes and if it makes sense for us to do every episode or like in batches, but we have to do it.
McBee McDynasty McBravo season 2. My goodness. If this gets to like Vanderpump levels, we got something in our hands. Yeah. Woo.
Crazy.
Who's probably really excited about that? Kala. Kala is through the roof excited for this news.
Not together.
For now, until she heard that they were on
as
Bravo.
Of right now.
You should, as I checked WikiFeet, you should check to see if she's posted him again real quick.
She hasn't posted it, but let me double check this. I know that like the show's Instagram is in her bio, but I think she might have added Bravo to it.
I mean,
yep, she did. McBee Dynasty at Bravo TV. So she's definitely in it, but they are not together. So that'll be good. Let's go, everybody.
Oh, God. And to confirm, the first 4 photos on Olivia's wiki feed, screenshots from the challenge.
Olivia.
Screenshots from the challenge. Yep.
And Put the dogs in a cage, my girl.
And then there's other photos like that people are screenshotting. Oh, there's her and Michelle. Michelle's got them out in a photo that they posted or a TikTok dance they did.
Guys,
Michelle.
So easy to
just don't
chop them out.
Make people pay for them. Come on.
Get that bag, girl.
Also, 3.5 stars. Sorry about
it. We got about 4 minutes into the episode and learned about Naya, so knew she was gone.
Gone. That was where, when Michelle was put in, I was like, whew, all right, we're good.
I agree with you. It's like, okay, I'm not 100% freaking out right now.
I am not. I was still, because I thought maybe they'll pull a little rope-a-dope on me. Maybe they'll pull a little rope-a-dope, and this will be like more of that. But when they showed her with like Kylander earlier on, and he's trying to protect, I was like, oh, it's just perfect. He's got to be the one putting the person in to go against his girl, and then that girl is just going to it's going to do it. So, I will just say lots of potential gifts and memes from this week. So, I know we are recording this over the weekend. So if I'm motivated enough on Wednesday to live tweet and meme and gif, you would have seen them. So just another plug to go follow our Twitter and check that stuff out just to see the amazing things. There was some great eye rolling. There was some like hums going on. So
yeah, a very animated episode this week. Not as many graphics as I would have liked, but I really think they just spoiled us last week, so they needed a break.
They needed a rest. They needed a massage to get back.
Yeah, like Jordan did something about how his name was written on a grenade and thrown and exploded. And last week they would have made that grenade. We would have tracked that grenade into,
and there would have been a fire.
Didn't get it.
Star swipe. Fire star
it's
swipe.
Okay though.
Yeah,
it's okay though.
It
is time for the daily.
Captain up. Captaining up. Captaining up. You know what? Here's the thing. They're not captaining up anymore, but because we are people and journalists of principles, we will continue.
The targets are targeting up. We're the targets on the...
Yeah, but everybody I thought was wearing bands during the dailies to signify what era they were in, right? Maybe. I don't know.
Well, it's not eras anymore, even though it is still in the title of the episodes. Who knows? Nothing makes sense. I will say, while this daily went on, there were 2 separate times that I was like, oh my God, Nehemiah's on this show.
Yes.
And then another time, I was like, oh shit, I forgot Laurel's still here.
Oh, that's another person. You know who else I did that with?
Who?
Derek.
Well, Derek was kind of in last week's episode a bit.
A little bit, but he popped up here and I was like, oh yeah, Derek's on the show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Derek's on the show. You know who's also on the show? Corey. Corey's on the show a little bit.
Corey is also on the show.
All the people that were not mentioned as part of those 2 teams at the beginning were people I was like, oh, Cora's still here. I forgot about that.
Just no longer exist in the realm of this world.
It's here's the crazy thing to think about. If Cara didn't come back for All Stars that we saw her at, this would have been her comeback season, and she's done almost nothing after that big blow up fight. She has been an absolute ghost on this show.
Yep. And good for her. How she dodged a target last week, I don't understand.
Yeah, I think this is like one of those seasons where it's actually good to be in the middle. People don't want to like start picking you off because of the voting structure. So all these people in the middle, you might have a good chance. You might have a real good chance.
That's a good call.
Naya screaming, "Let's go, baby," was the first sign. I was like, what? This has come out of nowhere. Remember at the beginning of the season, she'd make it out with Josh and we're like, what's going on?
I remember her and Wah together for like a half of an episode and then it just completely disappeared. There's a lot of stuff. I have some stuff later for this episode that I'm just like starting to get annoyed with the lack of explanation on certain things, but then bringing in other storylines that don't matter at all.
Okay.
You know?
Got ya.
That's one of them. This daily, what did you think of it? It was giving like old school Diddy Kong.
Oh, yeah.
Or Donkey Kong?
Donkey Kong. Yeah, it did feel very video game-esque. I like that. This is clearly one of those dailies that you really want to do. Like, I feel like everybody who watched this was like, oh, this would be really fun to do.
Yeah.
If you could actually do all of it. If you could do all of it and get actually up the net, this would be fun to do. That's
true.
We know that they take hours to film this type of thing, especially something like this was probably a super long one to film. So to think that you're somebody like Michelle or Olivia or Naya who has like been on a bus for God knows how long, got to this location, they made them walk out 7 times to get all the different shots, stood there, TJ read his rules probably 4 to 5 times from different angles for shots, and then you had 8 to 20 other people go in front of you. And then you get up there and you're like, all right, here I go up the net. And I fall in immediately. Cool. 1 minute. Now I'm just going to stand around for another 3 hours.
I don't really fully understand how Naya was the one that was selected as the...
She was further down than Olivia and Michelle. Michelle at least grabbed
and Cara? Cara didn't make it that high up. Plus, Michelle had a 30-second penalty. And I understand that time and space are 2 different things, but still.
Her penalty would to be like if she made it to the end, they would have added 30 seconds on.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
I think Mr. TJ's rule was whoever got furthest and to me, it was pretty clear Nia didn't get but maybe like 2 of the handholds before she fell. Michelle at least got to the ladder. Cara, I think, was like halfway up, and I think Olivia was about halfway up. I wasn't that concerned seeing where Nia was versus everything else. I was very shocked Cara fell.
Yeah, I think everybody was. I was very just distracted by this entire daily. There was so much ass, Steven.
So much ass.
And it really was difficult for me to decide. But the way that Jenny...
I knew it.
...had her harness on.
I knew it.
And her cakes were just like fighting against each other and like exploding out of the harness. Obviously this week. Ass of the week. Ass of the week. Of the week. She keeps winning them.
I mean, she's earning it. She's got an incredible ass.
Yeah, I mean, I was, again, there were so many ass options, and even in the elimination, Nia was giving a lot of ass while she was trying to do some maths, but it just was too good. I couldn't pass it up, and I like to spread the wealth here, but when it's just that squished together.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing to see, honestly.
It was.
And I'm just like, what a great place to live, honestly. Shout out her boyfriend. Shout out.
She has one? Good for her.
Shout out. Shout out the boyfriend in England. Shout out. Congratulations, sir.
Hey,
you like that dumper she's got? You like her dumper?
That's my type on paper.
Her type on paper with that big dumpy truck, beep, 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 back it up right into me crotch.
Oh, good God.
My type on paper, she's got a nice bum. Oh, actually, hold on, what do they call it? A boomba, I think is a British
Bumba
slang.
clap.
Bumba. Let me see that bumba, girl. Hey, girl, let me see that bumba.
We saw it.
Oh, it was pronounced. It
4K.
Was, in our faces. And I was just like, blah, 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 blah. Let me live there.
And I wasn't mad at it. And I was very also happy for her to get that W for the daily. I think she needed that.
Yeah, she needed a big win there. Okay. Let's switch gears to something that I caught that I don't know if America caught. I don't know if you caught, Mixie. But honestly, for Derek's sake, I hope America did not catch it.
Oh, no. What did he do?
Derek was talking while Kyland was doing really good during the daily. And he's just like, Kyland is just really good. Like, he's doing so many good things, and he's just always going to be a contender to win a daily, and that's not good for me. Let's just play the audio here, everybody, to make sure that I'm not quoting it, and I don't want to really say it out loud either.
I'm hoping maybe we have like a swimming challenge.
Sir, why would you say that, sir? Sir, sir.
You know what?
Sir.
What? I'm not commenting.
Sir. What type of challenge, sir? Derek. Sir.
I'm just gonna, okay. We're just gonna all...
No.
We're gonna all assume that was a quote from something else that he was talking about that was taken and put into that time.
Maybe he said it out loud. He's like, the only thing I hope is we don't get a blank. But
that's so
don't
bad.
Say
oh my
it.
God.
Don't say it out loud.
I remember him saying it, but I didn't think of it that way. But now that you're saying it in this context, now I can't unthink of it that way.
I was just like, what a wild thing to say out loud.
I feel like you can't say that.
No, you can't say that. No. Reddit will obviously catch it. Reddit's going to catch it. Oh, good God.
Is Kylan even bad at swimming? Like, I feel like I saw him swim and he was good.
We can't talk about this.
Okay.
I don't know.
Just gonna drink. Bye.
I don't know, but if he isn't, we can't talk about it. What if he is? Like,
it's a lose-lose. We should really move on.
Yeah, we should move on. It was fun. Like, this was a fun daily. The editing of the daily was great. Seeing all the people like go at different times. I sat there at the beginning. I was like, we're going to see everybody go? What type of supercut are we going to get for this?
They did a good job.
They did a great job of editing this. And I was like, oh, look, these people just sliding on down. The only thing that I would not want to do is sliding down that pole. That pole did not appear to be greased in the slightest.
No, that would have hurt so bad.
That would have hurt. The only thing I thought of is people are going to have giant bruises and rashes on their arms from holding onto that thing.
I'm sure we'll see him next episode.
Oh. Luckily, Olivia didn't get that far, so she wouldn't have had those bruises. Our girl bruises easily. She's like a peach. She bruises easily. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I understand that.
Kylan wins for the men, and then somehow, apparently, the challenge is using Formula One timekeeping methods because they said somebody won by 6/100ths of a second for the ladies.
I also just don't, it's not like they crossed the line. They ran into boxes. Like, is it when one of the boxes falls from the stack? Is it on immediate contact?
Oh, great point.
Is it the foot touches?
Oh.
Is it has to be like the like the body, the whole body
and
through
nothing
it?
but the body. Yeah. So you have to like get up and knock them down like bowling pins. Like, who knows?
It wasn't very clear.
Wasn't very clear, but apparently they have Formula One timekeeping methods because 6/100ths of a second is usually what is separating cars in Formula One when everybody is at the same time. So I don't know how they did it. Maybe Rolex was the sponsor. You know, they do that, or Timex does it at the Olympics. So
crazy.
But
Jenny got the W. Good
Jenny
for her.
got the W, and I'm like, the other thing I thought was like, oh, maybe they went back and watched the footage and went by frames. And I'm like, but frames aren't even in hundreds of seconds.
No, not even.
So that doesn't even work either. So I don't know. I think they were just like, make it seem close. And TJ's like, 6/100ths of a second. They're like, let's not say that.
Again, you can't just like say this shit and then not like give me something like, okay, fine. Say it. Give me a graphic, God forbid, with the list of everybody and the times they got.
Can't do.
They used to do that.
We can't do that. We can't open that up.
They used to do that though. Like literally last season, I feel like I got graphics of like time stamps of when everybody finished.
Was that last season?
I know USA 2 because I have it burned into my brain that Sarah was like at the very bottom of one of the lists because it, you know, little joys in life that you just hold on to and you keep.
All right, so we are leaving to go to the club for the night.
Yay!
People had some fits, so it is time to call. Oh yeah, we have to uncaptain. Oh!
Almost knocked myself out.
Whew! Just the.
Oh yeah, the club fits were crazy this episode. Everybody looked so good.
Everybody looked so on point. And then, as we're walking out, I got a quick shot of Liv. Oh my God. So I decided we had to reach out to our fashion reporters, our European fashion team.
Oh,
so everybody cue the Euro house music. We're going to have the fashion team break it down. Cue the house music. Oh, yes. Hello. Thank you for having us back on the number one. Welcome. So, hold on. Let me finish my cigarette. Yes, my cigarette is so good.
I am so bad. I can't do I can't do the accent.
Olga, what happened to your voice? You don't sound like yourself.
I don't.
Olga is sick. She doesn't sound like herself. So, yeah, she has a cough. Everybody in Europe is sick right now because we just have so much fashion and so many delicious things and all of the smoking. Yes,
that I could do.
But we are here to break down Olivia's fit. And oh my god, fashion, so much fashion. Where do we even begin, Olga? Where do we begin?
You look at it, it's fashion.
It just screams fashion. It looks
You're just looking at it and you go fashion. And
yeah, you see it, and before you even go, oh, she looks pretty, you just go, oh, fashion.
That is fashion.
It's just fashion.
And then you light a cigarette.
Yes, and you light a cigarette and you smoke and you take a drag and you go, oh, what incredible fashion. You know? Let's break it down. Look at her hair. Her hair looks so good. She's gone for a very dark, smoky look with her eye. It's just a very different face look, and I really like that for her. It just screams fashion, Euro fashion.
It screams. I can't do the accent.
Olga, get it together.
She looks.
That sounds like Olga. Olga, what happened to you? Did I lose you? Oh, she's just smoking cigarette. Olga's just smoking cigarette.
Do it. She looks like she just got out of the ocean, like a weird mermaid.
Yes, mermaid.
But fashion.
Fashion mermaid. The story of Little Mermaid was actually in Copenhagen. I've been to Copenhagen, been to all the clubs and all the fashion spots in Copenhagen. There's a statue for Ariel. Ariel is in Copenhagen. Again, so much fashion, so many great things to eat and drink and smoke and people to make out with. Fashion. And look at her little arm thing. It's like one long piece that covers her arms. It's so fashion. It is just the most fashion.
Fashion.
And the earrings, oh my God, fashion. What a great fit. Well, I'm so glad I could be part of this. Olga's under the weather. Olga, I believe, has taken some extracurriculars and is just, she needs to lie down. Honestly, I feel like Olga just got overwhelmed with the fashion. It's just too much fashion for Olga today.
Fashion.
Oh, Olga, thank you for joining. Okay, guys, we go now. We go have cigarettes and we go to club till 4 a.m. Okay, bye-bye.
Fashion.
Oh, wow. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you joining. Yeah, that's a big... It sounds like they got a big
I'm glad we
night.
haven't seen them in a few years, and I hope we don't see them for another few years.
Who knows?
I don't know why I can't do it.
What do you mean
my brain doesn't comprehend it.
You can't do what?
I just feel like Olga might not actually be European.
That's a bold claim. We'll
talk to her in 3 to 5 years and see if she's figured it out.
Maybe Olga dies young. You never know. She lives fast and furious lifestyle.
It could be her fourth life. Who
knows? Yeah.
We are at the club now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody looks great. Bananas goes insane.
Imagine wearing that fit and then having to argue with Bananas at the... Arguably, it is like more beach bar vibe than club at this point. This location,
like a rooftop.
Yeah,
but it's not like a big rooftop bar. It's like a small little rooftop bar.
They look very crammed in there, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, okay, so this is kind of what I wanted to get into. I just felt like the editing of this was very strange.
Okay.
Bananas was saying a lot that I didn't see him say on camera.
Okay.
It was a lot of shots of everyone else just kind of sitting around and looking around. But I didn't see until Tori got up and walked over to Bananas. The first, minute of this argument was pretty much just shots of everyone looking at each other. Did you notice this?
A little bit, but I also thought it was one of those things where he's saying this, but he's jumping around so much that we can't have him on camera the whole time. So we're trying to have people look and be like, this is crazy. And it was just one really long rant. Honestly, I felt like I was listening to his far less superior podcast during this, because that's what it sounds like whenever I listen to his far superior podcast, where he just yells at everybody and goes, here's the deal. You know what I hate? You know what I don't understand? Hey, guess what? We're just different now. I just felt like he was in mid-podcast rant against everybody in the house.
Yeah.
But honestly, it felt very classic challenge. And that's why I liked it.
It was a great... We haven't had an argument like this in a bit this season. It was needed. He said at one point, I'm getting attacked for no reason. I just but he knows why he's getting attacked. And again, I didn't see him say that on camera. I just feel like some of this was picked from and used from other situations. I don't know.
Okay.
The edit was weird. I'm curious if anyone else thought that too. I'm not trying to defend him by any means. He clearly went on a rant. Clearly he went on a rant. He clearly attacked Tori in that rant. I'm not disagreeing with any of that, but it just was very strange to me how I wasn't getting especially because if he's, as reality does, right? An argument this big starts happening where multiple people are being brought in. Cameramen move.
Yeah.
And they get pans of Johnny's talking and then you pan to Tori who's now talking or whoever. Really didn't get that until Tori physically stood up and went over and got in Banana's face about it.
Yeah.
So it just felt weird to me.
All of it felt weird because part of it also felt very performative.
Yes.
In a way that almost seemed like, I know what I'm about to do here, and I feel like I need to do this because he's always like, oh, I'm a producer himself. Because there was even a moment where he like kind of like looked and winked at the camera like,
yes,
you getting what you need, right? Like I'm delivering because this is what I do.
Yep.
And I was trying it with Olivia, and Olivia was just like, whatever, Johnny. Like, I don't give a shit what you say. And then Tori bit. And I was just like, Tori, like, you're doing even Cara was like, he's loving every second of this.
Yep.
This is exactly what he wanted out of it. And it got Tori fired up in a way that, like, Tori has the high ground here. 100% to be like, Johnny, just admit that you're jealous. Just admit that you're nervous and you're in a bad position that you don't want to be in. You thought getting rid of Devin was your biggest threat. And now it's actually costing you.
Backfired completely.
It's backfired because I think he felt very confident. If I can get out Devin, I'm in the final because nobody else is really going to come for me. So I just have to worry about hopefully Jordan getting picked off at some point.
Yeah, but then to attack Jordan and like put him on blast like that. And even Jordan was like, hey, come on, dude.
Yeah. I think it's because what he was saying, he inevitably knew, okay, if I'm now yelling at Tori and Tori is now fighting against me, that technically means I've really brought in Jordan. And last week I told him you got to pick a side. So I've already kind of lit that fire, so might as well just go all in at it. And he's not saying anything that's not true, but like him saying, Tori, you got like 6 guys protecting you. I'm like, I don't think that's the flex you think it is. Like,
yeah,
you're crediting her. Like that's the way you're supposed to play the game.
That she's doing a good job.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing a good job, but I'm going to yell at you for it. It made absolutely no sense. Again, I loved it, but it just felt like a jealousy move and also like a bit performative in a way that I think other people were just like, come on, man. You know, I do think there was some probably over yelling and over talking that.
Well,
yeah,
the scream I screamed.
Okay.
When they cut to Derek drinking directly out of the sangria pitcher with a straw. I need a gif of that. That is me. That is the new Michelle standing in the corner eating ramen or drinking water is now Derek drinking directly out of the sangria pitcher with a straw. Amazing.
What a big time move. Also, if we're being honest, that sangria pitcher is not big enough to be a pitcher for multiple people to have sangria out of.
I feel like it's like it was probably like a 2-person pitcher.
Yeah, if we're bringing out a pitcher of sangria, it should be an actual pitcher of sangria, if not a larger pitcher of sangria. It shouldn't just be like what I get orange juice mixtures as at the club. You know?
So are you saying that like it's really doesn't make any sense to go out and drink one drink?
No.
Weird. Okay, cool. There was another point during this whole thing that Johnny said.
That's not what I was saying.
Oh, okay, because that's kind of what it.
I feel like sangria is the sangria and champagne are like the 2 big social drinks. Like some people will just get a bottle of wine, split it between 2 people. But like sangria and champagne, I feel is like you share with like everybody at the table.
Pitcher wise, sure. I would argue that like martinis are more of like everybody gets it at the table and has a martini.
Oh, but they're getting individual drinks. There's not like a pitcher of martinis.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I would argue that like the social drink, if like one person gets it, one person orders an espresso martini at the table.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody's getting espresso martinis.
Yeah. Are you getting an espresso martini this evening? If you go out?
Absolutely. I always start with an espresso martini.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And I either decide if I'm doing vodka for the night or tequila, and whatever liquor I'm choosing is what goes into the espresso martini. I don't know if you've had a tequila espresso martini. Highly suggest.
I have not.
Johnny did say that he like made a comment that did he create Rumble? Or did he franchise Rumble?
I think he said he created it.
Rumble is a big fucking like gym chain. Like, that is not like one or two little rinky-dink places. Rumble is massive, specifically in New York, but I'm pretty sure other places.
I think he was saying like he opened the one in Florida, but obviously like
then he franchised.
He's stretching it a bit. Yeah, he franchised it.
Okay, that makes more sense because I was about to be like, what the fuck? This guy created Rumble?
I just Googled it here. There's one pretty close to you in your neck of the woods, between your neck of the woods and I won't say exactly where you're at, but in your general region. There's one there, and there's 3 in the Los Angeles metro area that I can see.
Well, I know that there's a bunch in New York. There's a ton of them in New York.
Yeah. I did think that he kind of created it, but yeah, very clearly this is a franchise model.
If he created Rumble, this man does not need to be on the challenge.
Company about searching.
It just freaks me out. Also, can we talk about that this is like the second or third time in this season that they're just letting Johnny like promote his other shit?
Yeah, that was that's why you're right.
Whatever. Yeah. I mean, he is one of their golden boys, so I guess that's the agreement that they got out. There is no way. The podcast comment he made, maybe that got through.
Right.
But there is no way that we are now just accidentally mentioning that he owns a fucking gym. A Rumble gym. They literally said Rumble.
They did say that, yeah. When people can't wear brand names on shirts, they get blurred out. He could say Rumble. Maybe this was part of his agreement contract deal this year instead of trying to get more money.
If it is, kudos to you, Bananas. That's a good move. All right. So in this argument at one point, Bananas does make a comment about how Nia isn't in Jordan's top 4 or whatever. We leave the party. Everything's, it's the next day, whatever. Nia goes to Jordan or to, Bananas to be like, hey, is there any actual truth to this? And Bananas tells Nia that Jordan's top 4 are Tori, Laurel, which those 2 make sense to me. Yeah. Then Aviv and Rachel. I don't understand specifically Aviv, but Rachel as well. When did that happen? How did I miss this? Do you believe it as well?
Yes, I do believe it. Very clearly.
Aviv?
Yes, 100%. 100% I believe that. This is all about him knowing how these finals operate, and him the last time he was on a flagship show losing because who was his partner?
She died. I don't think we can talk about her like that anymore.
And if you're going to tell me based off what you've seen from Nia so far,
I don't disagree with that, but
that's all he's considering at this point, because he's like, obviously, I can believe that Tori and Laurel are 1 and 2.
Yes.
And then he goes, okay, there's 2 girls in the final. Who else would I want to be in a final? He does not. He wants to win money. So if I drag Nia there as my 3 and I get paired with her on a run, she's not going to be able to run 5 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Aviv is clearly going to run 5 miles. Rachel is going to run 5 miles.
I don't disagree with that. But, and this goes back to what I was saying before, and the next comment I also have as well. If these things are happening, and it's going to be a storyline on episode 11, I need to see a singular conversation with Jordan and Aviv.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, it was, from my memory, it was a very little thing, and it wasn't like they were like agreeing on this long-term, we're going to run the final together situation. I don't think I have ever seen Aviv and Jordan in the same clip.
No, nor I. And it might have been like, if you do this, you got to bring her with me. And Jordan's like, yeah, well, okay, whatever. He goes, I just want to win. Like, I see it 100%. I think she's even further down, honestly. I don't think she was 5. I think she could have been 6.
I don't either. That shit pissed me off. And then, again, the next note I have, I'm starting to get very annoyed that all of a sudden Michelle and Kyland are pals. Yeah. And we never got any sort of explanation of what happened after last season.
Had to be a Lady Leisure situation, right?
But he said Michelle and Olivia are 1 and 2.
Yeah, the 1 and 2 was wild. Wild. Especially, I mean, now that she's gone, 1 and 2. But who else would be his 1s and 2s?
But again, clearly this is going to be a thing. It's been mentioned now a few times, and I already was a little annoyed. I was expecting some sort of like flashback or something once they actually really got into it. But this is the episode where he's like constantly saying, those are my girls, right? And Michelle goes to him and is like, you know, you have to do what you have to do. I'm not going to hold it against you. Everything's fine and cool and dandy. How the hell did we get here from the last fucking season? I don't get it.
A lot of off-season work, I guess, or...
But then put them in the fucking confessional and have them be like, hey, how did you and Michelle get... Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys had some problems last time. I have to think maybe that was part of the original edit, and then for time they had to pull some of that type of stuff out. But you could have set that up last week or whatever. But I get it. It's very tough. It's very tough. Your note is taken, and
well, it isn't taken because clearly they're not doing anything about it. And then I'm also seeing on Twitter like little clips from the trailer that they first dropped it before the season started, and even like this is what's happening this season on the challenge of like arguments of like that Ryan got into with Bananas, and like Tina got into a fight with Bananas at one point, and there's like a shot of Derek fighting with somebody, and all of this shit is being cut. Why are we cutting this stuff?
We can get in the weeds of how this is really put together if we want. I understand there's only a certain amount of time. Yeah. There's only so much we can do. I'd argue Olivia going and sitting in the bed with Theo and him doing a there to her shoulder, although funny. Very funny.
I would much rather know what's going on with Michelle and Kylan and Olivia. I would much rather know how the fuck Aviv and Jordan are like working together. Like,
yeah. No, I get that. Here's what I like about seeing Theo in that situation. Every time they show him and her hanging out, he is the most just chill person ever, and she's always just like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And I'm just like,
I love it.
How this man just like who is constantly lounging, which shout out, if he is not in a daily, he's lounging.
Oh yeah, and I love it.
He is vertical. He is laying down, or horizontal. He's laying down.
I'd argue he was kind of chilling during the daily this episode.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. He was
chill.
And it's great, honestly. But yeah, they should add a couple of those things in. It's just so weird because you see the two of them interact, and at not one point are you seeing like lovey-dovey stuff. He's literally just like lounging and being like farting on her, basically, is what I'm getting out of this situation. That's what their romance is set on. And also two very attractive people just liking each other the way they look. You know, that has a large part to do with it.
We absolutely love that. And we also love cha-cha-cha chamber time.
Hey, Chamber is here. Chamber.
It is chamber time. And it is the most pointless chamber we've had yet. Did they even flip the sand? Did they even have a conversation?
I don't know if they flipped the sand. I don't recall a sand being flipped. I don't either. Should I re-queue to see if the sand was flipped?
If I think we have to. This segment lasted longer than a minute in total, I will be shocked.
Well, we did have a fashion show as they walked in. It was a very clear fashion show.
That doesn't count. They're going to the chamber. It's not chamber time until they're sitting.
Okay, so I'm
talking time, ass in seat, chamber time. What are we looking at? No longer than a minute.
Kylan does flip it. I can.
Oh, he does.
I can verify. I have the timestamp. I'm watching.
I bet he was so excited to flip that.
All right, 38. Let's see. A minute and a half. Or 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes. 2.5.
So glad we went to the chamber, everybody. Thank God for that.
We did. Now listen, you know I'm not a big fan of the chamber. I don't appreciate.
Do you
the chamber.
have a chamber comment?
I have a chamber comment, but only because I'm going to play a new game for the first time ever. Welcome to this week's Why Does This Turn Me On? Roll the clip.
I think that's so trash. We're in a position right now where all of our friends are in it. I've treated you with so much respect in this game. We have been riding this as a team the whole time. For you to say that,
I appreciate that.
Is not giving much respect to two people who have only respected you.
I appreciate that.
That was just not the way to enter this.
I understand how they hit 2.5 minutes.
Thank you for joining me in this week's Why Does This Turn Me On? But it did. Like, Michelle just like stand on the business like, that's trash. She did this little hand movement thing. She was like, okay, that's trash. And I was like, oh, whoa.
Someone pass our girl the vape. That's what she was asking for.
Yeah, she's like, No, she was like throwing that like right in her face, and it wafted towards me, and it hit me, and I was like, oh my goodness. Woo.
We love you, Michelle. You're an icon.
We do.
Are you ready to go to the elimination?
Yeah, let's go to the elimination.
Okay, let's go to the elimination.
Briefly, I want to ask you, at what point before Kylan said that, did you think it was Olivia? Did you think it was Michelle? The entire time I thought it was Olivia up until that moment.
I figured, honestly, I didn't know who it was going to be. I figured that they would do the chamber and then Nia would go to Kylan and be like, I won.
Yeah.
And that would be what happened. Olivia wasn't even discussed.
No.
So
she had a nice fit for nothing. She's probably like, I got dressed up for nothing.
I'm curious if, because Michelle said that to Kylan at the bar, that Kylan went to Nia and was like, hey, Michelle's giving me a free pass. Are you cool with Michelle? And Nia was probably like, yeah, I don't care.
And also, I'm thinking there's a large part of me that is thinking Nia was probably assuming it was going to be a physical elimination. And she's got like what looks like in one shot to be a foot on her.
Oh, yeah.
And some weight.
Michelle looks tiny next to her.
So, and again, I met Nia in person, and she's quite tall. I think she's like 6'1" or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my, this statue of a woman just right in front of you. Just like, and you're just like, here's the other thing, guys. I think sometimes you see these people on the show and they're just like hanging out in their day clothes and whatever. When these people are out and about, they are all stunningly.
Yeah. I mean, they're on reality TV. That's kind of like a prerequisite.
Yeah. And again, Jordan in person, I was like, my guy, hats off to you. What a handsome fucking dude.
God fucking damn it.
Whew, my goodness. Congratulations to his hot singing girlfriend.
When we had everybody walk into the daily, did you happen to catch what Jenny was wearing?
Into the daily or into the elimination?
I'm sorry, into the elimination. Everyone's walking in.
What was Jenny wearing? No.
Jenny looked like she was doing a walk of shame out of a guy's house to catch an Uber after a one-night stand. She just had a massive t-shirt on, but it like barely covered her ass. Like if she went like this, it would have gone all the way up.
Oh, I've re-queued and can confirm.
Tell me she doesn't look like she wore like a slutty little outfit out the night before, and then she was like, "Oh, it's daytime. I have to like get my Uber. I'm just gonna grab one of his t-shirts and throw it on."
Hold on, women are doing that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna like go out and. First off, we're carrying whatever shoes
kidding.
we wore.
I'm kidding. Obviously they do this. But you're right. I have a freeze frame right now. And yeah, she's just got sneakers on and just a shirt.
But the t-shirt is not long enough to be like a t-shirt dress.
Correct. Yeah. It's just
we are playing a dangerous game here, Jenny.
Yeah, she's got some little shorts on underneath. You can see that, but
oh, she does? Okay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't see that.
But also, like, they were purposely worn short because she's like, maybe I can, like, just solidify my ass of the week this week. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
So
maybe. We need to talk about the name of this elimination.
Okay.
I didn't even write down what it was. What was it, like 40 fortification or something?
I feel like you're close enough. Let's see if we can get this again.
I have a better name for it.
Okay.
And it's right in front of their face.
Go.
Equations. Instead of equations, and they're crates. Equations. Just text me. Like, literally. I don't even know what the fuck the name was that, like, how that even had anything to do with anything.
Well,
other than it's season 40.
Yeah, you're fortifying, a thing. So instead of fortifying...
Equations is so much better. Oh my God.
It kind of sounds close to erections, which also would be hilarious at the same time.
We have so many different things that we could play with here.
But I also don't know what they're fortifying. They're not fortifying anything. They're just moving crates from one to another. So yeah, you're right. Again, equations would be better. Yeah.
Thank you. I needed that.
You're welcome. You're doing good. You're doing great.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. They start like showing all of the things and TJ starts explaining it. And I say, okay, there's number locks. And I was like, don't be equations. Let's not do equations for Michelle here. And he goes, you'll unlock it by doing equations. And me and Michelle at the same time go, Jesus Christ. I was like, fun, cool. But I was also like, is Naya as bad as I think she is with equations too? Like, what's going on? And honestly, I did a few of them. Not hard.
They weren't
hard. I think there
was
a lot
no
of
square
them.
roots. There was no like.
No. There was no like.
That's when they put a little number up on the top right corner of the number.
I thought you got a perfect math SAT.
I know how to do it. I just don't know what that's called.
My mistake.
My brain picks and chooses what it was.
Squaring.
Okay,
cubing.
Square roots and then squaring is the opposite. Again, I know how to do it. It's just that they didn't even. It was pluses and minuses and multiplication, and I don't even think I saw division, but maybe there was.
Listen, I don't want to call the SAT board to see how far back they keep records.
Do it. Just because I don't know what it's called doesn't mean I don't know how to do it.
But yeah, there was no like parentheses, so you had to understand which ones you were doing first or something like that.
Uh-huh.
I also wanted to know how many were there. I wanted to see how many locks they had to undo in order to move all the crates, whether there was like 3 or 4 or 10 of them. Would have been nice to see. But this was, I found it entertaining. I kind of felt like even at the very beginning, I knew Michelle was going to win. I was still nervous because usually when they show like, and then you're going to move the crates. They had this aerial shot.
Yes.
And like Michelle clearly had 2 in there and there was
nothing.
Naya might have been on a different planet at that point for all we know.
Okay. And then the other thing about Naya that I didn't understand, she was taking her, once she finally was like listening to people and taking her crates over to her square. She wasn't putting it in the square. She was putting it next to the square.
She put 2 to the side first. And I literally go, Michelle's got this. I think.
Why would you do it's like touching the edge of the square? Like it's not even a half step more over.
It would be one thing if you just like took them down from that first thing and put them off to the side so you could get to the middle and lock more things. But no, you got it to like you edged it. I mean, you were edging the crates. Let's call it what it is.
Yes.
You were edging the crates.
Once it's in your hands and you're doing it, do it.
Yeah, finish the job. Let's be honest. We don't need any blue crates out there. Nobody wants a blue crate. How dare you? We are a non-blue crate podcast, okay? If you know anything about us, finish the job at hand. Literally.
I just thought it was, I was just so confused as to like what the strategy was. I feel like she just knew that it was done at that point. It was just like, I'm going in through the motions. It wasn't even thinking.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things like in the moment you're so, the stress level has got to be through the roof and your brain just can't do. And I think sometimes that's where like the simple math, like for me and you, like you can sit here and do it at home and it's no problem, but you're there. And you have people yelling at you and you're just like, you don't know simple things when you're stressed. Again.
Yes.
When I was on The Price is Right, they asked me how much a fridge was. And I had just got called down to contestants row. You could have asked me my name and I would have been like, Michael. Yeah. I had no idea. This is like $700 for a fridge. Obviously it's way more than that.
Yep.
But you just don't know, and I think that's kind of what it does, and that's why the people who have done the show for a long time are able to like live in that moment and just be like, "This is nothing." I was still nervous because you never know. I'm thinking at some point Michelle is gonna like hit herself in the face with one of the crates.
Yeah, twist an ankle.
Yeah, something could potentially happen, right? But it didn't.
Nope.
It was fantastic. And this is just another great moment for the number one. She gets to continue on. She gets to thrive continuously, at least for 2 more episodes, it seems like at this point.
Yeah.
Because of the voting structure. Very excited for her to get the victory here. We are losing a lady of leisure, unfortunately. So we
are. And we also, I like Naya. Yeah. I have nothing against Naya. It's just, I have a soft spot in my heart for Michelle. So
yeah.
Sorry, girl, but no hate.
No hate. And
you also, she made it really, she even said that too. She was like crying. She was like, I made it really far. I'm really happy with my performance. And she should be. She did a good job.
I think that's all you can do. If you don't think you can win, which there's probably a good portion of these people who are just like, I might win, but I don't think I could win. You just want to have a good season. You just want to produce well and make yourself proud. And she's clearly done that. I think she's clearly done that to a lot of the people who watch the show. Who saw her on other seasons. It's just like, she's going to gas out. But again, I think that's why Jordan was just like, I got other people in front of me because not that I don't want her to get there, but if she gets there, she could potentially hold me back from making money. And I'm about making money. She'll forgive me for that. I think she'll understand that. But
do you think Naya said something to Michelle to make Jordan a target? Or do you think Michelle was already thinking it? Because Michelle is now close with Tori because of Devin.
Yeah.
So then I would think that she would think by proxy she'd be okay.
Well.
And then someone like Corey doesn't.
That was my confusion, that it wasn't Corey, but it was Jordan. I kind of assumed.
And of course, Wham made it out alive. After, in my opinion, being part of the reason that Devin got into the situation that Devin got into.
There's a part of me that thinks she is doing this because she understands that she is not at the top of Jordan's pecking order. There are other women who are at the top. So,
but I would assume she's closer in his pecking order than she is in Corey's. I haven't seen her work with Corey once.
But yeah, I don't think so. I think she's higher probably on Corey's. She's a 5 on Jordan's at the absolute highest. 5. So
yeah.
When it comes to this part of the challenge, this strategy part, I am never going to second guess Michelle. I think she's the smartest person left when it comes to this point of the show. This is the Survivor part that wins you Survivor.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you.
And knowing that you're going in earlier, you can sit down and you can have a rational moment. You go, okay, I'm going to make my little list of men that I can put in. And I think she said in her confessional there, like, and unless you're number 1 or 2 on my list, you're not on my team. So none of those people have her 1, 2. Josh might, but she's probably higher up. Also, Jordan has a more likelihood and bananas of winning a daily and then being safe and keeping women who are not even close to Michelle's thing. So she's like, if I can get one of these 2 guys out, then the people who are closer to me that I'm even 3rd or 4th, maybe some of their ladies go away by the next time I'm up.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. Obviously, Kyland wasn't eligible.
I don't think Kyland would have gotten picked. Though.
No, but you're right. Josh kind of seemed like a thing. I also think this was like a, I don't want to say like a deal, but kind of like to the other men who are not Bananas or Johnny, to somebody like Derek, to somebody like Kylan, to Josh, to Theo, to Corey, to be like, listen, I'm going to put it out that I'm going to either try to get Bananas or Jordan out of this game for you. So when it comes to your time, I'm going to need you to put in Laurel, Cara, or Rachel to like help me get to the final as well. So like I have to do some of this dirty work in order to get one of these 2 potentially out. I'm going to need you to do the same thing for when it comes to me. So I'll jump on this, but I need you to follow through next time as well. That's why, like, as I said, when it comes to this part, I'm not going to question. I think she's thought out every single possibility before she fired that. Still very surprising in the moment, but when you think about it coming back, it's good. Yeah, the last thing was Nia obviously saying, the two of them saying, I love you. And I'm like, huh?
Well, that is the end of my bottle and the end of the episode.
Whew.
Did you watch the preview? I know you're going to say no.
I did catch it.
You did? Okay, so we can talk about it, please.
All right. So if there's still like 20 minutes left, we do have Nia. If you don't want to hear about what was in the scenes for next week, see you guys later. We'll give you a couple seconds to get off.
Love you.
Not get off that way, but you could.
You can.
You could. We're talking about blue crates. Yeah, we're not going to judge you. Why would we judge you? Just that seems unfair if we would judge you.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Mini final time. I'm so excited. And he says there's a purge. So, Steven, there might be a scenario where we hit like 15.
Okay. Play the purge out. What do you think the purge is?
I think the purge is 2 women, 2 men.
2 women, 2 men?
Because it can't be one of each. That would just be a double elimination. If he's saying purge, I think there's 2 women and 2 men that go.
Okay, I will go, which reminds us we have to pick numbers for next week. We didn't do that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine if we did that?
I'm still so high on my W,
Can we go back to back? That would be incredible. I'm going to say I think it's just 1 because we'll still have an elimination at the end of the episode. So we'll get rid of 2 people by the end. So it's going to be a guy and a girl at the end of the daily. And then a guy and so we'll lose 3 people technically. Yeah.
Okay. Hot take. We'll see. I'm excited for a mini final. I'm excited to see who does well. I will put all of my money on Jordan winning whatever this mini final is.
Yeah.
And I hope that eventually this gets people to be like, hey, maybe Jordan shouldn't go to a final. Hello.
Yeah.
Earth to everyone on this show.
Here's what makes me incredibly nervous at this point. This is how we lost Michelle last year. Was on a purge. And she had just won this.
I could see us losing either Michelle or Olivia on this purge.
But they teased Aviv's foot and how that's a giant issue for her now. And again, they brought it up this week, so I'm thinking, especially for a mini final, if she's having like trouble pushing off, and clearly one of the scenes is them going up a sand dune, and we all remember that from War of the Worlds, and how some of the biggest, strongest people, most in shape people, you don't train to run up sand dunes. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's not something you can really train to do.
Yeah.
And especially if it's hot again.
I am pumped for this.
I am excited that I caught the scenes for the first time this year, because it gave me like a little bit without. And what I did was I kind of like blocked the screen so I wouldn't see. I just kind of listened to it.
Okay,
you know
that's
what I mean?
fair.
So I wouldn't see what was happening, because sometimes it's like very obvious what's going on.
It is,
but
I love it.
Mini final. Ooh,
I'm so excited for this mini final. I think this next episode is going to be so good. I cannot wait for that. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And then, we
got to pick. We got to pick our things before we forget.
Oh, that's right. I'm gonna go 23.
Max is 23.
If I go 2 for 2, I'm just taking shots.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to use some logic in this.
Boo.
Michelle's purge was 39, right? She got purged in 39?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go 39.
You're going 39?
I'm going to go 39 merely just because of the purge. The purge
Hot take that they flash back to the most recent full season.
Actually, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Oh, no, sir.
No, but I want to change.
I am so sorry for your loss, but you said 39.
Okay.
And that is your guess.
Okay. Here's what I would like to do. I want to officially put it on the record.
Oh, God.
What?
You don't get 2 guesses. We made that very clear.
It's not 2 guesses. I will not claim victory if it happens, I already said it. War of the Worlds going up the sand dunes, which I believe is 33.
If anybody wants to take his thought on that.
Fuck.
Maybe.
This hour streak ends. I'll be devastated.
If we lose and it's 33, that's going to really hurt. But what a great episode.
Yeah.
I'm super pumped for the next one. And thank you guys so much for listening. We love you all so much. Make sure you're subscribed. We're still climbing those subscriptions.
We did. We got a lot of
really
people
appreciate
in the
it.
last week. So thank you very much. Our numbers have gone up. We're at 650. That means we have how many left to get to 1,000 mix? If we're at 650?
350.
See, she passed it. I don't even know why I questioned it. It's just simple maths. That wraps it up. Thank you very much for staying on with us, guys. We love you very much, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.